Sweet Savage. Sweet Savage are a heavy metal band from Belfast, Northern Ireland, formed in 1979. Future Dio and Def Leppard guitarist Vivian Campbell was an early member. Since forming in 1979, Sweet Savage have released 3 studio albums, 3 singles and 1 demo. Considered one of the pioneers of the new wave of British heavy metal movement alongside acts such as Iron Maiden, Saxon, Diamond Head, and Def Leppard. However, even though they were often considered among the forerunners of the NWOBHM movement, success eluded them, and they disbanded shortly after 1982. The band reformed in 1984 with a different lineup. Sweet Savage was once again reformed in the 1990s, following Metallica covering their song Killing Time as a B-side for their The Unforgiven single. Sweet Savage released a new studio album entitled Regeneration in May 2011. History. Early days 1979–1983. Sweet Savage began with a line-up of Trev Fleming and Vivian Campbell on guitars, David Bates on drums and Ray Holler on bass and vocals. The band gained a support slot for Thin Lizzy on their Renegade tour and supported acts such as Ozzy Osbourne, Wishbone Ash and Motorhead. In 1981, the band signed to Park Records and released their first single Take No Prisoners, which was limited to 1,000 copies. This single included the song Killing Time. A self-released demo known as Demo 81 was released at this time, which contained a BBC session of 4 songs. In early 1983, guitarist Campbell accepted an offer to join Dio and subsequently left the band. Reform 1984–1985. After a year-long break, Sweet Savage decided to reform, but without Campbell and Fleming. Ian Speedo Wilson joined Sweet Savage on guitar and the band recorded a single with vocalist Robert Casserly, Straight Through the Heart, and was released on Crashed Records. In 1985, after this, Sweet Savage disbanded for a second time. The albums 1996–1998. Much later, the late 1990s, after Metallica covered Killing Time in 1991 as a B-side for The Unforgiven, there was renewed interest for Sweet Savage. Fueled by this interest, the band reformed and signed to Neat Records in 1996, releasing their first studio album entitled Killing Time. The original lyrics to the track, which Metallica covered, the original Sweet Savage version and the Metallica cover can both easily be found on YouTube, had racial overtones that have since been removed from all lyrics. The band at this stage were joined by Simon McBride on lead guitar and the return of Trev Fleming on additional guitar. Ian Wilson was concentrating on other projects and was not present on the Killing Time record, with Simon McBride taking over from him. Killing Time contained reworked and re-recorded versions of songs that were originally released early on in their career. 2 years later, in 1998, the band recorded and released an album of completely new material entitled Rune. Following the 2 albums, the band went on hiatus as each member wanted to follow different musical routes. Present-day revival 2008 onward. In 2008, Maniacal Records from the USA was to release the band's early studio material on vinyl, but the band abruptly canceled the project, citing lawsuit concerns from a former member. 23 April 2008 saw the long-awaited return to the stage by Sweet Savage as they supported Saxon on the St. George's Day concert in London's Shepherd's Bush Empire. Bates decided to leave the band and was replaced by Jules Watson. A trip to Germany ensued in early August, where they played the Headbangers Festival and the Wacken Festival to great acclaim. Later that month they supported Metallica and Tenacious D in Dublin, Marlay Park, 20 August 2008. On 1 August 2009, again in Marlay Park, Ray Holler joined Metallica on stage for Killing Time. The current line-up of Holler, Wilson, Fleming and Watson has been cited as being the strongest version of the band by the industry professionals And as frontman Ray Holler explains, all this interest lately has come out of the blue, and it's phenomenal how well the band is being received by everyone. We played Germany for the first time recently and were surprised to hear the kids sing. 2009 also saw the release of their newest studio effort entitled Warbird on SPV Records. The album features Vivian Campbell making a guest appearance on a cover of Thin Lizzy's Whiskey in the Jar. At the band's support show with Motorhead, lead singer Ray Holler confirmed that the new record Warbird would have been released in early 2010 and not 2009 as planned. On 7 July 2010, Sweet Savage were announced as replacement support for the first date of Iron Maiden's Final Frontier European Tour at the UTWO in Dublin on 30 July 2010. Heaven and Hell were originally announced as support, but were forced to cancel all of their summer dates due to Ronnie James Dio's death. At the show, Sweet Savage introduced a packed Dublin crowd to new drummer Marty McCloskey, who would be taking over from Jules Watson. Watson went on to drum for Conjuring Fate. The band revealed that the record Warbird, which had been postponed due to the current economic climate in the music business, would be seeing a full release in late 2010. As of late 2019, it remains unreleased. On 2 October 2010, guitarist and songwriter Trev Fleming died after treatment for a recent illness. He had been missing from the band's lineup since February 2010 and was not present for support slots with Deep Purple and Iron Maiden or for Sweet Savage's performance at Sonisphere Festival. Ray Holler joined Metallica on stage on 7 December 2011 at the Fillmore in San Francisco, CA for Metallica's 30th anniversary show. Ray sang Killing Time with Metallica and also backing vocals on their track Seek and Destroy. This was the second of 4 shows that Metallica played. Band members: current Ray Holler vocals, bass guitar 1979 present. Marty McCloskey drums 2010 present. Phil Edgar guitar 2011 present. Former Trev Fleming guitar 1979, 1983, 1996, 2008, 2010 plus. Vivian Campbell guitar 1979, 1983. Simon McBride guitar 1996, 1998. David Bates drums 1979, 2008. Jules Watson drums 2008-2010. Robert Casserly guitar 1983, 1985. Ian Wilson guitar 1984-2012. Timeline. Discography.